This Philadelphia Union, huh? The Union over the weekend got back into play. It felt good to be finally back into action in MLS play. Enough of this Leagues Cup talk. Obviously, they're going to talk about Messi. There's nothing we can do about that. And the fact that, I'll start off with this. The fact that it took Messi for the Red Bull to sell out Red Bull Arena for the first time. Like, they've had sellout crowds, not for a Red Bull MLS match. And that's the sad part about it. Like I tell you guys all the time, I go up to Red Bull Arena every year for the Colombian international match, which I don't think they're going to do this year, by the way, which is crazy. But for like the last 3 of them, I've gone. Okay. Colombian soccer sells out that bad boy. And typically, like, we played Guatemala the last time. We played Ecuador. The first time we played Costa Rica that I went to. Every time we do these matches, we sell them out. We sell them out, bro. But when the Red Bull play, nobody cares. Nobody in New Jersey, and especially nobody in New York, cares about the Red Bull. You used to see, when I was a kid, I used to go up to New York, when Thierry Henry was here in the United States, dude, you used to see Red Bull jerseys in Times Square, my guy. They sell Red Bull jerseys in Times Square. Now there's no remnants of the Red Bull anywhere. I think there's an MLS store and Adidas store, but that's it. The fact that it took Messi to sell Red Bull Arena is a joke. I don't know what the MLS should do. I don't know what the MLS does, but I know what they should do is what I'm trying to say. What they should do is they should intervene 100%. You should absolutely intervene with the Red Bull because what they are doing is embarrassing. They literally don't care about their team. The Red Bull only cares about Leipzig because that's where the money's at. You're in the Bundesliga. You're in Champions League. That's where the money's at. That's all they care about. Salzburg in Austria is more important than New York. How is that possible? You're the number one market in the world. How is that the case? I'm being dead serious. Fuck the rivalry. Like, fuck the Union Red Bull rivalry. Speaking as an MLSer, for all these people who are like, yo, Messi's so good for our league, we'll keep the same energy. The Red Bull's terrible for our league. Get these bums out of our league. You people want more players like Messi to come in this league? Miami can't take on all these players. Both LA teams can't take on all these players. You have 2 teams in the biggest market in this country failing miserably. Now, I will say this. NYCFC, they seem to be heading in the better spot if the stadium stuff goes through. If it does, then we're talking something different. They need to put together a better market or better club on the pitch. But although they did win MLS Cup, that does solve a lot of things. The Red Bull don't have that to hang on. All right. But I just have to put that out there because I know Messi's going to bring big crowds. Like, I'm not stupid. But the Red Bull need to change, man. They need to change. It's just embarrassing. But regardless, Union in DC, we take care of business. We destroy DC 3-1. The Union were able to get some goals. Ure in the 5th minute, McGlynn in the 13th, and then Daniel Gazdag converts another penalty kick in the regular season in the 38th minute there. Excuse me. And then DiPietro gets a reconciling goal in the 88th minute. But at the end of the day, the Union looked like the Union in this matchup. And what do I mean by that? I saw a physical team. I saw a fast team, and I saw a team that controlled this match from the start. And those are all things that you always see from this club. The high press, that first goal you saw by Ure, that was all off the high press. Something I really haven't seen being executed at a high rate like I've seen prior that I did on Saturday. The Union destroyed the DC midfield. Like, they literally ran through it. The Ed Brujo assist to McGlynn, the fact that he was able to bring it up from that far, I mean, come on, bro. Hopefully, Ed Brujo is fine. He did pick up a knock on Saturday. Now, according to, I think it was on Twitter or Instagram, he did put out a post. He should be fine, which is good, which is important. You did line up into the 4-4-2 diamond again. I'm pretty sure. Pull it up here. 4-4-2 diamond was back again. You guys, we talked about it before we signed off on Friday. Jim talked about it in the presser. The 4-4-2 diamond is still the strongest formation here for the Union. And I agree because I just feel like they attack better when they're in that 4-4-2 diamond. It's just weird. It's crazy because they stick to their principles. The pressing, the compact midfield just makes it tough to attack or defend for the opposing side. And now that you've found kind of your alley replacement, this is something we've talked about in the beginning of the year. What's going to happen with this team when Ali retires? And that's one thing we always ask. Well, now it seems like we have the answer. When Ali retires, you have your Jesus Bueno, who has been performing lights out, man. It's been a blessing to watch. McGlynn on the left-hand side. I mean, I'm sorry, but McGlynn over Flock. Flock has lost a spot. This midfield, this diamond midfield, to me, is the best diamond that this team has had, even without me. Martinez at the 6, McGlynn and Buenos are shuttlers, and guys like, of course, the tip. And then what's even better is that now what you can do is you can have Flock, you can have Ali Bedoya coming off the bench. I love those options coming off the bench. You can put Joaquin in there if you want. Still don't know what his role is. What is Joaquin Torres' role exactly? Listen, I'm not saying here that Ernst has had some busts, but he has missed a little bit here on the MLS market now with this past year. And it's something that we really haven't seen from Ernst, right? Like Ernst has been able to knock out this market, and he really hasn't been able to do that. No Ty Barribo in this one. We didn't get a chance to see him in this one. But Chris Donovan comes and plays plays a little less than 30 minutes in this match. And then in the next day with Union 2 against New England, my dude shoving dudes looking like El Bruno Martinez, my G. Okay, Chris. Okay, Drexel. We see how you do out here, Drexel. Shit. That was funny, man. That was absolutely funny. But no. Another point. Yes, the midfield played fantastically, but that front three, Gazdak, Carranza, Ure, they're back. And what we always talk about, when those guys are on, it's hard to stop. And they were on. When they're on the same page, it's going to be hard to stop them. It really is. When they're on the same page, especially on a counterattack. You saw that Ure goal. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I am talking about. So I'm proud and I'm happy for this team. Gazdak now tied second for most goals all time. He needs 14 goals in MLS play to tie Sebastien Ledoux. I don't think he does it this year. I think realistically he can probably knock out maybe 5 more goals until the end of the season. Season ends, I think, beginning of October. And then Andre Blake, if I'm not mistaken, he got the most caps in Union history. I'll double check here, but it was a big more history being earned here for the Union. Every year we got more accolades, right? Like you hear Jim, Andre, of course, constantly getting the accolades, and it's fun. It is fun, and we talked about it here today. As we talked about the Eastern Conference table right now, the Union after this weekend are now 9 points behind FC Cincinnati, who also got a dub. So we're gonna have to catch up. We're gonna have to find a way to catch up with them. I think that they should. I don't think that they're gonna shy away from it. I think they're gonna take it all the way to the end of the year. They will definitely try, but obviously that means that there is a slim margin for error. If they are looking to get Supporter Shield, then they are going to have to. They're not gonna be able to lose, man, and they're gonna need some help from FC Cincinnati. But Andre Blake makes his 222nd MLS season appearance tonight and breaks another Union record for most regular season appearance in club history. I wonder who did he beat? I think this is a link for the game. Yeah, it's a link for a game. But that's obviously it's pretty dope. Andre is a Union legend. We don't need to say that anymore. Just built the statue already for Andre Blake. That's kind of where we're at with that. But now it's a lot of fun. I also love the celebration that they're doing now. The pictures they're getting with the front three, the Karate Kid, the DC backline, 3 goals like that. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun, man. Speaking of, just bad teams and just bad club management, DC United. It's a joke. The fans are frustrated. They're over it. They're tired of the Union going out in DC, going out on Audi Field and just taking over that stadium. Dude, we had like almost 2 sections full of fans. First off, shouts to the fans who showed up and made it their house again. Our house in the middle of DC. Hey, Elijah went down there. What's up, Elijah? I didn't see you in there. DC away day was fun. Beautiful stadium. It is a beautiful stadium. It's downtown, right? It's like right on the outskirts of the city. It's modern, but the club is just is a disaster. If you checked out Duke by the River, which you still can check that out. Last week we had on Between Clean Sheets, better known as Cheyenne. Cheyenne, kind of talks about just the mishaps of the club, just not understanding fan culture and not reaching out more to the fans and not teaming up. Like the fact that they don't team up with content creators is fucking wild. I'm blessed that the Union have worked with content creators like myself because they understand the importance of growing this league. And if you don't work with these independent content creators who do spend the time to make content for your team, then what are you doing? How are you supposed to grow your club? It's a joke. They put it on the billboard once the game's over. Thank you to the supporters. The supporters are gone, dude. They don't care. They're over it. They just dealt with we talked about the Taxi Funta situation, the way they mishandled that. It's another club. And by the way, this past week they came out with the top 5 most valuable MLS franchises. DC's in the top 5. How? How is DC United the OG dynasty? They were the OG dynasty. They dominated in the 90s. And now they are a joke. Makes no freaking sense. It does. I mean, hindsight, maybe it does a little bit when you don't keep up. You don't see what's going on around the league. You don't look at what the Philadelphia Union or Atlanta United or LAFC. That's what happens. You're hoping that Wayne Rooney saves your club again. And good luck to you.